So enjoy the month of Tammuz. There's so many beautiful ways that you can incorporate the prophetic meaning and insight, and it's for you now. Listen, God has a calendar, and He hasn't changed His calendar. And so align and enjoy. Really, it is life-changing. Well, as I said in the open, we have an incredible woman of God here today. She's no stranger to the CTN audience. She has been a pillar and a source of life and a staple and just a joyful contributor to everything that has gone on in Christian media for many, many years at CTN as well as other stations. And so it's such a joy today to have Darlene Greenlee.
Thank you, Yay. Jennifer. Wonderful to be on your show today. Thank you for inviting me.
Well, I was on my husband and I have been on your show, but years ago.
Yes, yes.
And so you are the producer and host of Bay Focus.
Yes, yeah. And you mentioned all the years, and I love having pillar status.
Yes, hey.
No, I've been around for a long time, but we were talking before the show. I started 47 years ago in broadcasting, so I have. But I was here in the early years of CTN, and then came back, went away in ministry with my husband, then came back to the staff. But yeah, one of the things that I do here, and I have to say, one of the things that I'm getting used to it being the main thing now. For years here at CTN, producer, program host is my title, and that is Bay Focus, which we'll talk about today. Also, the Good Life for a number of years for our late founder, Bob DeAndre, and also our telethons for many years, which I worked with you on over the years as well. You were involved in that, so we go back, a number of years. So I had a multi-pronged, thing, but as of the year 2023, I am doing predominantly Bay Focus and then special projects like our recent Vision Week.
I was going to say, not just one thing, because you ran the Vision Week.
Yeah, our viewers saw you on Vision Week, so yeah.
What they didn't see is you and everything you did behind the scenes to make it happen.
Yeah,
Vision Week.
I enjoy that. I enjoy doing the behind the scenes and doing the on-air interviews and all that too.
Well, you were built watching you run around during Vision Week with joy and energy and multitasking and this and here and there and there. I'm like, I love seeing that side of you.
What was funny about that is we hadn't done telethons in a few years. So when we did Vision Week, I go, am I going to remember how to do this? I was just going, I haven't done this in a while. And it came back. So it was just like, riding a bike, how they say. It was fun. It was fun to do. Yeah. And you did a phenomenal job helping us host.
Well, that was fun too. You know, I didn't know what to expect, but I think that's important. You just show up where God tells you to show up and do what He tells you to do. And sometimes you feel very inadequate, and yet that's what the anointing does.
Well, you had like 30 seconds notice at times. Get out there and talk.
Well,
it was like, go. We need you to go now. We're live. And you were on it. You did a great job.
Thank you, Jesus. Yeah. That's where the word comes in. I'll open my mouth and you fill it.
Being ready at any time.
In season and out of season. Yeah.
Yep.
So I do, before we, chit chat more, I do want to show this highlight reel from Bay Focus. Just, your love for the community. You highlight ministries that are doing things outside of the four walls.
Yes.
And I appreciate that.
Okay, let's, we can take a look at it, and then I can tell you a little bit about it. They'll give our viewers an idea.
Let's do it.
Okay. Welcome to Bay Focus. Thank you so much for tuning in. We have so many things to tell you about. There's some exciting things coming up.
So we're looking forward to what God's doing in CTN.
Yeah.
Some great things are coming.
I know.
The power of God is so much stronger. The power of Jesus is so much stronger. He actually passed these things out once.
I just trust in the Lord to use me, and I always kind of just stand with open hands, and I'm like, please, Lord, just use my life to serve people and to serve you.
So that quick recap cannot do justice to the 23 years, and happy 23rd year
of doing this show
of Bay Focus. That is awesome.
23 years.
2023, and it's your 23rd anniversary.
They hired me back in 2000, the year 2000, to develop our telethons again and to develop a community-based show here for the Central Florida, Tampa Bay area. I do want to say that this show is for our Central Florida community. And for those of you that are watching at other parts around the country, we also post the show if you're interested in what's going on in Tampa Bay area. And it is a well-known area in our nation. In the state of Florida, we cover some Florida issues too. And others, we have international ministries and things that come through too. We also post the show on social media, Roku, CTN app. It's live streamed on our website so people can catch it. And I actually do, amazingly, I hear from people all over the country that catch this show.
That's wonderful.
So it is great.
Yeah. Well, it's there was a show, a very popular show among young people years ago called Baywatch. So maybe you're grabbing some of the Bay Focus. You know, you're getting some of those viewers.
Yeah, you're striking a funny memory for me because I have had people walk up and say, "Oh, I just love watching Baywatch. It is so good. Thank you so much." I'm going, well, I don't plan on being on that show, but you know,
come on, I'm going to get you a red bathing suit and a lifeguard so you can run
Nobody
down.
wants to see me on that show, Jen.
me either. That ship has sailed. But
yeah,
that's okay.
No, we're not going to do that.
Yes, His grace is sufficient in every season of our life.
Yeah.
You know, we have to laugh, right? It's important.
Yeah, you have to laugh at the various names of the show, that's for sure.
Okay, so before we go further, let's cheers because we are coffee.
We are coffee pals.
Yes. I love watching your posts. On Saturday, almost every Saturday, you have a post on a local coffee shop that you have visited. You and your husband.
My husband, Rick, and I. This is our absolute joy in life. We love coffee shops, out of the way little shops, little places that maybe are not your chain. You know, although we do frequent the chains as well. But you know, here in our area, but when we travel too, we seek them out. But it's a Saturday afternoon routine, as you know from being on Facebook with me. It's a Saturday afternoon thing. We go in the mid-afternoon. We go hunt. We find a spot. We go back to some of our favorites. And we do have one favorite. I don't know if you want me to verbalize it.
You can.
I can.
Yes.
I can give it out. We do have one that just to us is you know, if we're going to go anywhere, if we choose that we're going to do something that is a comfort zone, it's going to be Vescalini Cafe in Dunedin, Florida, which is such a quaint little coastal town.
Yeah.
But Vescalini Cafe is a European cafe. They do food too, but their coffee and their lattes are unmatched.
Okay.
Absolutely unmatched. So we'll put a plug for them. But I have a bunch of other ones too. So, you know, it's great, but it's fun. Yeah, it's fun to do. We love doing it.
Well, I think it's fabulous because my palate really kind of leans toward two coffees. One is Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah,
you know,
it's good standard.
I love it. It's not too strong.
Smooth.
Yep. I got introduced to it when I was in college and I went to Connecticut and we would take the train into New York City and that was my first Dunkin' Donuts and they put the cream and the sugar in way too more than you would have put in.
Yeah.
That's what makes it fabulous. And,
it is. It's their cream.
Yes.
You got to have their cream.
And I would pray, God, please send a Dunkin' Donuts to Tampa. And I remember when the first one opened, how excited I was. So my taste buds love my Dunkin' Donuts. Black, half decaf, half regular, with extra blueberry.
Oh.
It's like drinking a blueberry muffin.
New to me.
Okay, you'll have to try it.
Oh, wow.
I'll get you one.
That.
I'll get you one.
Yeah.
Okay, and my second is I love the Cinnabon Keurig, you know, to make it a Keurig.
Yes.
And I know that's kind of cheating coffee. It's kind of like our grandparents.
Well, it's your happy spot. That to me is a Friday coffee.
Yes.
That's like, it's Friday, I'm going to have that.
You do your coffees by days of the week,
right? Yeah, some I need more fully leaded, but Friday you want a happy coffee because it's Friday. So you want some flavor, you want something to it. Yeah. All right.
Well, one place that you went recently.
Yeah, I think you had been to.
Yes, Sweet Brunette. And
BREWNETTE.
Yeah.
What a cool place.
Yeah. It's
on Madeira Beach.
Yes. Marcel, who is the fashionista and the set designer, she has a little condo right beside
Oh my
Sweet
goodness.
Brunette.
Well, that's dangerously close.
Yes, it
Yeah.
is. But
It's a great cafe too. They have food and their coffee's fabulous.
Yes, I was
Very
so
unique,
excited
though,
when
isn't
I
it?
saw
Really
you there.
fun.
Yeah,
Fun place.
since we're both brunette, that.
Yes. I get a little help, but yes.
So how long have you and Rick done the routine, the coffee
We've done
tradition?
that. We've done it for a number of years now. We do that, and it's just something we enjoy. But it's also, one of the things that I've been around out and about in the community for the show. You see certain places, you see things, and and it kind of has piqued my interest a different place. But I don't know if this is a good time. Can I actually talk about the show or not?
Yeah, let's talk about Bay Focus.
Yeah, I kind of want to give our viewers a little bit, because this kind of transitions, because now and then I have featured Christian businesses.
Yeah.
That people that have coffee shops that are faith-based, or have a restaurant or something that they use it as a means for to share their faith. But yeah, what we do with the show is we really the purpose of it is to highlight our local ministries, outreach events, and community organizations that may not be faith-based, but they want to include people of faith.
Yeah.
They want to include the Christian community. I do a lot with foster care, for example.
I love it.
They are really trying to get Christian families involved in becoming foster parents. One thing I want to plug for CTN, and many of our viewers, and you're watching, they're watching from all over the country, are in different communities, different locations. Our stations, a vast majority of our stations, do some type of local programming.
Yeah.
To where they're reaching out in the community, and CTN has a presence. CTN has never lost that. They've always felt it's important for their stations to have an impact on their community and to do programming. And I say that because not all networks and not all Christian networks have done that. Sometimes the stations are just carrying network programming or doing things. They don't always have a staffed, where they're able to do things. But CTN has really found that to be important, that the stations, particularly in some of our larger markets, where to have a presence. So that's what Bay Focus does.